Michelle is a musician with albums released as Everyone Except Me and artist behind the post-apocalyptic webcomic Stray Cats. She's kind, a bit shy, and furiously creative. Henrique is a filmmaker with over 24 films and TV shows as producer, director, and occasionally host. He also released a couple of music albums. He's bombastic, larger than life, and tenacious almost to a fault. Together, they've been best friends for a decade. This show is awkward.
So, Michelle.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a modern Confucius type person, you know?
Yeah.
And today, while I was on Facebook not wasting time when I should be preparing for the show, I saw an advertisement for a Hawaiian shirt. Now, I am a Hawaiian shirt loving son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And this Hawaiian shirt featured Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, and how?
How?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
well, they
what did they
were
look
on the fabric design.
like little ones or
Like their faces just all
Okay.
over the Hawaiian shirt. With like a Hawaiian design and stuff too. And I mean, I pretty much wear a Hawaiian shirt like every day of my life.
Mhm.
So I was like, ooh, hello, October Hawaiian shirt. Because I've been the last couple of years, I've been either buying or wearing the same Christmas Hawaiian shirt during Christmas season.
Mhm.
And I was like, I never thought about getting like a Halloween season Hawaiian shirt, getting like a October Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
So, of course, what do? I click on the link and it takes me to some like random name company where you order it because it's a Facebook ad, which are the most trustworthy ads. It's actually amazing, because Facebook is all about like we have incredible safeguards and we have all these people checking things. But like Facebook ad is like synonymous with scam.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen one of my favorites is when people are selling like horror masks, like scary masks, but they look like impossibly good. And then people in the comments are like, this is a video from so-and-so's YouTube channel. That's $1,000 mask that they sculpted themselves.
Yeah.
And you're
I
like,
saw one. Yeah. Sorry.
No, please talk.
Oh, I saw one that like it was like, like the little caterpillar dude from Labyrinth.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
And it's like super good. And I was like, there's no way that's $20. So I just like dug into it and it's somebody from someone's Etsy page. It's not even something that's listed anymore. But like, and it was like, oh, they're all handmade for $25 for some reason from this random website. Sure.
Well, so that's the kind of the rabbit hole I started going down. So I click on this page and I'm like, this is just some store I've never heard of that sells like Hawaiian shirts and swim trunks that are kind of funny looking. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just Google. So I Google horror Hawaiian shirt and I find so many different options for the exact same shirt. You are frozen.
I know.
What did you do?
No, nothing. My computer just is like, hey, I want to do like 5 different things. And I was like, don't do those things. And then it did them. And then
Why did your
I'm
computer
frozen.
do things when you don't want it to?
Because it said your Dropbox is almost full. And I tried to click it away because it was on the screen. And then it was like, let's go to the Dropbox page. And I was like, no. And then this happened.
I'm so glad I'm not on a Windows machine. I'm just going to, because like the Windows machines seem to do what they want.
Yes, I don't know. I don't like the picture that I'm frozen on. And also you're frozen too. So
It's not great. It's not great. Oh boy. All right. Let's reboot you.
It's okay. Okay, I'll be back.
No, we need to.
Okay. It's everything won't work. Oh, close it. I want to close it.
Why are you worried about everything not working? I'm the one that has to do it. Has to make it all match or whatever.
Oh, no, I mean like my computer was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. You know?
Aye. All right, I'm starting a new call. The same link will work.
Okay. This one?
Did you click it? There you are. I'm leaving all of this in.
Okay.
I'm leaving all of this in.
Join. Done.
I'm leaving
Start video.
all of this in so people know what I put up with. This is what I put up with.
All right.
Okay.
It's kind of working.
You're not frozen again.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
you're
not
not
going to
frozen
touch
yet.
anything, even if it covers the whole screen and I can't see you.
When I used to work at my old day job, I had a Windows laptop that we plugged into the projector so that I could show everybody how to use the software I was teaching them. And we had to cancel. In the 3 years I was there, we had to cancel 4 classes because the laptop started auto updating.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually surprised that's never happened during an episode before. Because it'll just go like, nope, time to do it.
I don't understand, because that complaint has existed for like 15 years. You'd think that it would just not happen anymore. Like they just be like, we shouldn't do that.
They give you like one time. So they're like, hey, do you like want to do it now or later? And I'm like, I'm doing something.
Hey, do you want to do it now or do you want us to decide when it happens?
Exactly. And they're like, okay, we would just do it tomorrow then, whenever we feel like.
So before I was so rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But no, so I'm searching around looking for this Hawaiian shirt with a horror movie guys on it. And when I Google it, like a million of these, like, I don't want to say throwaway stores, because I'm not saying that these are a scam. I'm just saying that they're all drop shipped from the same place. Therefore, I would prefer a place I trust or that appears to be trustworthy as opposed to just like site names I've never heard of. Then I find it on Etsy, which was really funny because it says handmade. Like, yeah. But then all the people commenting are like, so my shipping the order information said that it was literally in the same state as me and it took 35 days, but it said that it would take 3 to 5 days and it came from overseas. Wow. And I was like, wow, imagine that. So the point of this entire story, which has no real point, is that I ended up searching on Amazon for a horror Hawaiian shirt and did not find the same one, but I actually found one I liked a little bit more that cost about the same amount. The other fun thing is that it said it was $36.99 on the Weird store and on like a couple other Weird stores because I tried them all. And then the moment you hit add to cart, it becomes $39.99 like without any shipping information. So I ended up ordering one off of Amazon. And the reason I wanted to tell you this is because, like I said, I am a very cultured and wise person. And I wanted to just say, wholeheartedly, deal with the China you know, not the China you don't know. Because this was obviously going to come from China too. But at least it's through the conduit of Amazon. So I know I'm protected. Although, pro tip, if you're going to order anything from a place you don't know, use PayPal if they allow you to use PayPal. And if they don't allow you to use PayPal, don't use it. Because PayPal is just so much faster at doing chargebacks than your credit card company generally and stuff like that. And you can do it all without having to call anybody. Like I can just get on PayPal email and be like, they never sent me this. And they'll be like, are you sure? And they'll be like, yes. And they'll be like, they've been charged back. And you're like, yeah. Yay. And I know because as a seller through PayPal, I shouldn't put this out there, but if you just say I didn't send you something, I can't do anything. You'll get your money back. It's really shitty, but they have to favor the customer, which makes sense. And as a customer, it's saved my ass many times when I've ordered stupid things. My favorite stupid thing I ordered that was a scam was that time I ordered a foldable picnic table. And it was only $29.99. And I was like, wow, that's such a steal. I'm going to try it. And I bought it. And then they sent me a watch. A watch that I researched, and it costs like $6 on AliExpress.
It's the same thing.
They sent me a watch, and then when I wrote and said like you sent me the wrong thing, they were like, "What did we send you?" And I was like, "You sent me this watch." I sent them a picture of it, and they were like, "Oh, well, it's a very nice watch. You're welcome to keep it." And I'm like, "Give me my money back." And like, "We'll refund you half, and you can keep the watch." And I was like, "You'll refund me all, and I will probably end up keeping this watch too because you're not going to send me return shipping." So yeah, use PayPal. So, but I'll be sporting a horror themed shirt here in October, which I just decided in October it'll be Shocktober on the show. So we have to wear Halloween costumes every episode.
No, not like Hot Topic. No.
So anyway, that's my little like thing that happened right before the show is I was looking at the horror Hawaiian shirts.
Cool.
And then Michelle froze the show, damaging it permanently. I do get people who are sad that like we don't do Frozen Michelle anymore. Maybe I should have I just felt like I couldn't make you do the show for another 30 or so minutes frozen.
Yeah, like we just started. Then, I mean, I could have just like curled up in a ball on the floor though, and you would have not known.
Is that how you used to do the show before we started doing video?
Yeah, just lie on the floor in a ball.
That explains why sometimes you sounded so muffled.
Yeah, I mostly talk into the carpet, so.
But it's a good pop filter, you know?
Yeah, it's a really good pop filter.
So other things that are developing, people are listening to this on Monday, September, whatever, the first Monday of September. I will be, as they're listening to this, probably, I will be on my way to a secluded cabin in the woods to spend my birthday week.
Yay.
I love when past Henrik really takes care of future Henrik. Now, of course, past Henrik doesn't do that by like eating well or getting exercise or or any of those things. But past Henrik paid in full for a cabin trip right before, like 3 months before I ended up with like a money apocalypse because of vet bills.
Okay.
So it was already paid for, which is good because otherwise I probably would have canceled it.
Yeah.
But I'm going out to the woods, to the cabin that I often go to. Just 3 days. I'll be gone Monday and back Thursday. Because then on the weekend, I will be at Horror Hound Weekend in Cincinnati. I'm only sighing because like doing conventions is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of loading and unloading. And if I'm being completely honest, and maybe I shouldn't be talking about this on publicly, but I was given a table because the Horror Hound convention does every year except last year, obviously. They do the Horror Host Hall of Fame, where they induct a class of horror hosts into this Hall of Fame. In 2019, they inducted my late friend Andy Kopp into the Horror Host Hall of Fame, and I inducted him in.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was nuts, and they inducted him for directing shock theater back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I inducted him. Well, this year, I will be hosting the Horror Host Hall of Fame and inducting 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of horror hosts, let's be real, because a lot of horror hosts are not young and decided not to travel to the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally replacing a guy in his like early 70s who was supposed to host the event. So,
yeah.
I mean, because the heyday of the television horror host was like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So these guys are, they're not generally super young. There are younger horror hosts, but
we just don't care about them.
That's why I got a table though, is because I host Popcorn Fodder. So I'm now a current horror host again after being a horror host in my teen years.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is exciting because that means I don't have to wear grease paint, which I just am not into anymore.
Yeah.
But no, so because the table is free, there's a chance I'm just going to be like stuffed in a hallway where nobody knows where I am and no one's going to. That happens, dude. It really does happen at these shows. They're like, here's your gratis table. And you're like, oh, cool. I'm down the stairs and to the left, right next to the bathrooms that are for employees only. And you're like, sweet.
Yeah, because then you don't have to deal with anybody and you're safe.
And then you don't have to make any money.
Yeah, no money.
I need to make money. So I'm going to the show to make money and to see some old friends and stuff. This is the first convention since that thing that's going around. Mm-hmm. The COVID-19 pandemic. So I am looking forward to that. And then we'll be at Cinema Wasteland at the start of October. So then there'll be another convention in like a month. I'm hoping that they go well. I'm really just hoping that attendance is good. So, I mean, this is assuming that everything is the way it is right now. Not that it suddenly becomes substantially more dangerous to be at a convention. I'm just saying. What? What's your face?
Oh, my computer has started scanning for viruses.
What is wrong with you, Michelle?
I can't see anything and I don't want to click off because I'm afraid I'll freeze.
What is wrong with you?
It's okay. I can see the top of your head, so we're good.
There. Hey, can you see me?
Yeah, I can. Thank you.
Do we need to run like a show fundraiser to get you like a laptop that like is not like to get you like a 2009 MacBook or something?
No, I don't want to do that again because then like I suddenly can't use programs that I used to use.
You would be able to on a 2009 because it wouldn't even be able to be modern.
But that's not good either. No, no. But at least that didn't just randomly decide to scan for security threats.
I mean, I am a Mac person, and Mac doesn't do anything I don't want it to do. Although it was freezing a bunch when I was editing some simple video clips. It was not freezing; it was crashing. Like the program was just shutting off. And then I noticed there was an update available, so I updated the system, not the program, just the system, and now it doesn't do that anymore. So
good.
See, that's the way Windows, you get people to install your updates. You fix problems, not just force it upon them.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I'm sorry, Michelle.
It's okay. Eventually, it'll tell me what the threats are, and I still won't be able to click off.
Oh. So, there's just all kinds of tech issues here today.
What's going on now?
Nothing. It's fine. It fixed itself. So, anyway, so speaking of getting away, I think I found what my new obsession is for places I want to go.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I want to go to El Salvador.
Oh.
For like a vacation.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's probably good.
What's your thoughts?
No, I don't really want to.
But you don't want to go? Oh, yeah. Well, you don't actually have to go to El Salvador with me. That was a joke.
Okay.
Okay, now you have to go to El Salvador with me.
Okay.
Is it because it has the highest homicide rate in the world?
No, but that was one of the reasons.
It does have the highest homicide rate in the world.
That's terrifying.
But first of all, El Salvador is a very up and coming nation. I'm not being funny. I'm serious. It's very up and coming. Their economy has been recovering insanely the last 5 years. They've become extremely politically moderate, which has helped everything in their country. They had a 30-year civil war that ended in 1992.
Wow.
But the reason their murder rate is so high is maybe there's a gang called MS-13 and it started there. But that's not really. But it's not like you're not like you're going to go there to hang out with the MS-13 people.
But do you think that they have like a sign on them that says MS-13? Because what if you just hang out with them? I think
the sign on them would be when you're buying like 30 kilos of blow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, they actually do like label themselves with tattoos so that they're MS-13.
What if I'm stupid and I don't know?
You're like, what does the MS-13 on you mean? I'm like, oh, it means Merry Christmas. You're like, oh, Merry Christmas to you too. But no, so El Salvador, yes, has a high murder rate, but it is declining. And other places that have high murder rates that people vacation at are Jamaica, Belize, Mexico. All of those places have high murder rates.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't going to go to any of those places either, but.
So I could go on like a crazy fancy vacation in El Salvador for like $1,000. Like literally, I looked at Airbnbs last night in El Salvador. I could literally rent an entire house that has a swimming pool that literally is on the beach. Like it is on the beach for $108 a day.
Wow.
And it like sleeps 6 people.
Wow.
Like it's not like the lap of luxury. It's just an extremely nice house. It's not like the hotels that are $200 a night, which are like obscene. Like they don't even make sense. You're just like, what, how, what? So, but because of El Salvador being up and coming and because of all that stuff, that's why it's so cheap.
Sure.
But one of the things that they've mentioned in everything I've read is that don't let the murder rate fool you. That's directly related to all of the drug trafficking, which doesn't really have anything to do with the tourist areas of the country.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, well, it's kind of like Belize. Belize has a pretty high crime rate, but touristy areas are heavily protected because that's like one of the biggest boosts to their economy ever. So the cops hang out there and try to keep you from getting murdered.
That's nice. And they don't care about everyone else, but
why would they care about everybody else? They're not worth anything.
Yeah, I know.
It's Central America where life is cheap. That's from some movie, I forget. Maybe it was Snuff. Yeah, it was Snuff, the movie Snuff. They said, like, shot in Central America, where life is cheap. So I really am not joking, though. I am debating heavily when things calm down financially and everything, going to El Salvador for a vacation.
Okay.
I've literally never been to like a beach haven type place. Like I've been to the Jersey Shore.
It's the same thing.
It is not the same thing.
The same thing, except in New Jersey, they're not going to kill you probably. So
okay, hold up. That's not entirely accurate.
It's kind of accurate.
And this is coming from somebody who wanted to live near Philly.
Okay.
You know, aka Philadelphia.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that disqualifies me from knowing about murder, but
well, no, it disqualifies you from knowing how to avoid murder. I mean, since you moved to Philly, how many times have you been murdered?
I keep forgetting, though. Remember, we've had these conversations before. I don't know how many times I've been murdered. You just keep telling me that I've been murdered before.
Well, I just so happen to keep a Post-it note with just like checks on it for every time that you've been murdered. So I can also check my PayPal history because I have to pay the shaman every time.
Oh, that's nice of you. You don't have to keep bringing me back.
Oh, no. I like that that's your first response, though, to hearing you've been like died and brought back to life. You're like, that's so nice. But you don't have to bring me back. You can let my suffering end. You can let my wandering spirit leave. But so seriously, El Salvador looks like a really awesome place to go. The food is amazing. The people are very friendly. 30% of the country speaks English. And I'm sure they're almost all in the touristy areas. And it's just not that popular. You know who it is really popular with, though? Surfers. Because El Salvador has just an immense amount of beaches.
Okay.
So surfers love going there because it's not very expensive and there's tons and tons and tons of surfing. So
it sounds good.
Yeah. Basically what happened was I was actually, so because I'm insane, I wanted to price out going to Belize. Because I was curious. And when I was researching Belize, there was a thing that literally said, like, if you're considering going to Belize, just go to El Salvador instead. It's cheaper and just as dangerous. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. Also, as of September 7th, El Salvador will be accepting Bitcoin as official currency.
Wow.
Which is just cool. I mean, like, they're currently installing Bitcoin ATMs all over the country.
Wow.
Because their other currency is the American dollar right now. So has been for a while. So anyway, I learned a little bit about El Salvador. It means savior, or, you know, cool. The savior, the saint, the salvation savior. Yeah. El Salvador. That's it. That's all I learned. I also learned they've had a very, very violent political history, including that 30-year long civil war.
Wow.
Which is, I'm guessing, why MS-13 grew from there. Because I mean, what do you need to fight a war? Guns and money. You know. So if there's one, then there can be the other. Anyway.
Yeah.
But so come on, let's go to El Salvador. Why would you not? Name one reason you don't want to go to El Salvador.
I don't know. I just don't want to spend money on things, I guess.
So you want me to pay for the trip?
No, that would be even worse.
Everybody hear that?
No.
Michelle's like, please pay for me to go to El Salvador, Henrique.
No.
The other reason for me to want to go to El Salvador is that it is one of those weird nations where I can fly there directly from Dayton and it's cheap.
That's pretty cool.
So Dayton has an international airport. People are always surprised by this, but Dayton Airport is the Dayton International Airport.
Okay.
But it's weird. Like if you want to go to Costa Rica, it's like, oh, you got to fly from there to Georgia. But then if you want to go to Cuba, it's like, yep, direct flight, $300. And you're like, what? Why does it go directly to Cuba? Same thing with El Salvador. It's like, oh, you want to go to San Salvador? $300 straight on. And you're like, wow. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Like, yeah, very interesting. So, but the fact that when I was pricing out like a fancy vacation in El Salvador, I was like, I could do this or I could go to Phoenix. Like those are the same price.
I wouldn't want to go to Phoenix.
Do what?
I wouldn't want to go to Phoenix.
Why don't you want to go to what does Michelle have against Phoenix?
It's too hot.
But it's a dry heat.
Yeah, but it's like so hot that like then you don't have bike tires anymore because they melt.
So wait, so that's your problem with Arizona or with with Arizona, but the heat isn't a problem in El Salvador for you.
No, it can be a problem too. I mean, that's fine.
You're open to all problems.
Yeah, any problems you want to throw at me are okay. Heat, murder.
Well, then let's put it to you this way, because you were all against going to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite. It's cold.
You know, it's not that I was against going to Antarctica. I was against going there when it was daytime all the time. I just like want to go in the nighttime Antarctica
The
time.
winter.
Yeah.
You just want to go during the time when like it's really dangerous emotionally to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what? Like maybe we look at vacations a little differently. What's the fun of a vacation if you're not going to be emotionally traumatized?
That literally, then El Salvador's perfect.
No, because I don't really think
we just go find some dangerous people.
No, because we'll just stay in the resort with all the resort people, and I won't be emotionally traumatized at all.
Did I ever tell you? I think I told you about this, about the time I was talking to a guy about this annoying guy about how dangerous South America is.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally was like, well, when I was in Argentina, when I was in Argentina, it was pretty damn safe. And then I had to show him the statistics and be like, but in Argentina, it was actually involving crimes against trans and gay people. And I was like, but Argentina has a massive amount of violence against trans and gay people, at least at that time. And his response was, well, I mean, we didn't really leave the resort very much, but it seemed, and he really fucking said that. He really fucking said that.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of... I just remembered being blown away. Just being completely blown away. It's like, wow. Like, talk about privileged ass. So, anyway. Okay, Michelle. We need to get to the bottom of this. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I don't want to.
You can't answer no. You have to answer where you want to go.
Okay. I want to go. There's like an Airbnb.
Okay.
Like kind of in Northwest PA, maybe. Okay. That like, it's like a house, but it doesn't have anything. And I don't even know if it closes up all the way. It's like a nice camp, but it's made out of stone in the middle of a forest. I want to go there.
Okay.
Or Japan.
I knew it was going to end up being Japan. The weeb had to come through.
Oh.
What would you do in Japan?
Like go places?
Like
see
where?
some stuff?
Like
I
what?
don't know. I want to go to Hokkaido. Just the whole prefecture, because why not? And then I want to go to the other places and everywhere pretty much except like maybe Tokyo, because it just sounds like New York. I need to go to New York City and Japan. But I just want to like see it and like eat some food. You know.
Would you try to speak Japanese?
Yeah, I would. I'd like to wait until I am a little bit better at talking in Japanese. I was going to say fluent, but let's say that's not going to happen. So.
Like, can you go speak some Japanese for the audience?
I don't want to.
That's how I feel about El Salvador. I'm like, maybe if I just keep doing my Babbel daily exercises in Spanish, I can get down there and only be hated by them, but not like totally hated.
Yeah, the good news is in Japan, if you try to speak Japanese, they're happy. But they apparently don't want you to speak it that well, because then they're like, then what are you doing here? You're messing everything up. I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds so Japan. I believe it.
Yeah.
There are some things I feel bad for Japan because I'm so ready to believe so many weird things about them, thanks to all the things they've given us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just completely ready to believe that. It's like, what are you trying to do? Speaking Japanese well. Mm-hmm. We liked it when you were a cute foreigner. Oh, look at them trying to talk in Japanese. So we're going to Japan. Are we going to visit the suicide forest?
Yeah. Sure.
Awesome.
I was gonna we could go to all the places because Airbnbs are not that expensive in Japan.
They're not expensive many places.
Yeah. And you can get really nice ones. And so we could go to all the places. We could go to the suicide forest for some reason. We could go to another thing.
The other suicide forest.
We could find another suicide forest to go to.
We could just go on a suicide forest tour.
Yeah.
Just all the suicide forests of Japan. Well, I'm glad that you finally opened yourself to. I knew the answer was going to be Japan, though. I got to be honest.
I know you did, though. Oh, and then look at houses to buy in Japan.
You have been talking that shit for so long. Why don't you just buy a house in Japan?
I can't, because I can't go there. I don't want to buy one if I haven't looked at it, because it could have termite damage. Lots of termite damage.
Are there lots of termites in Japan?
Apparently, yeah.
Are they weird termites that have body pillows of other termites?
I mean, it's possible, but they're all so small. I don't know if we'd know. But apparently termites are weird enough as it is. So
it's a fair point.
But they have a lot of wooden structures. So apparently termites are an issue.
That's sad. But what about rabies? How is rabies in Japan?
I don't know. Huh.
All right, let's find out.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll look it up because you can't click on anything.
Yeah, I really, really can't.
Japan has been free from rabies since the 1950s.
Not if I go there with rabies.
No cases of rabies infections within Japan have been reported since 1956.
Wow.
Oh, but this is from 2020. Man dies from a rabies and first confirmed case in Japan since 2006. So they have almost no cases of rabies.
Okay.
Wow, yeah. Japan is one of the few rabies-free countries.
Wow.
What are the rabies-free countries?
Maybe El Salvador is one.
False. Oh, actually, there's a lot of rabies-free countries.
Antarctica?
Oddly enough, it's not listed, but I think they just didn't include it because it's a wasteland.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. So this is where it gets confusing. This is rabies-free countries as classified by South Korea for some reason.
Okay, I trust South Korea.
Australia, Austria,
Really?
Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Germany, Guam. Okay.
Yay!
Guam, Hong Kong, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Kuwait, New Zealand, Portugal, Singapore, Sweden, Switzerland, the United Arab Emirates, and the United Kingdom.
So there's just not rabies in Europe, huh?
And then according to this World Health Organization thing, rabies is present in all continents except Antarctica.
There, we know now.
Oh, wow. Over 95% of human deaths of rabies occur in Asia and Africa.
Okay.
India has the most prevalent rabies in the world.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Well, how did we end up back at rabies, Michelle? I blame you.
That was you. That was all you.
Doesn't sound like me.
I
I'm
gotta
sorry.
bring rabies to Japan now.
We're bringing it back since the 1950s. So how would you bring it back? Just by biting people when you get there? Or?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I would be if I had rabies, but whatever I do, I'm sure would cause a rabies outbreak. So.
Well, would you go to a ramen place and just start nibbling on the people there?
I mean, I guess.
And how would you say I'm sorry for being rude? Do you know how to say that in Japanese?
I know how to say excuse me.
What's that?
Sumimasen. So I
So
could
you would
just say
start chewing something and they'd be like, oh, and you'd be like, sumimasen. And they'd be like, oh, and then you go to oh, sumimasen.
They'd be like, oh, really good Japanese.
Oh, but not too good.
Thanks for listening. You can email us at thisshowIsawkward@gmail.com or go to awkwardshow.com or whatever. See you next time.